itong good news na ibinalita nitong legal counsel ni former President Duterte na si Nicholas Kaufman, no? Na ang kanyang ibinabalita po sa media ngayon dapat raw na itong si former President Duterte ay makakabalik na sa Pilipinas as soon as possible.
Narito ang Balitang Pinoy TV.
Okay, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat at panibagong updates na naman tayo dito sa ating YouTube channel. Okay, unahin muna natin itong ABS-CBN na nag-conduct po sila ng survey. Na ang kanilang survey po kung karapat-dapat ba na si former President Duterte ay mananagot dito sa mga EGK victims. At ayon sa kanilang survey, mas pabor raw ang taong bayan na managot itong si Duterte. Okay? So, alam niyo naman, ABS-CBN yan eh. Okay? So, ayan, magre-react tayo dito kasi nakakatawa po ang kanilang survey. Ito, pag-usapan rin natin itong good news na ibinalita nitong legal counsel ni former President Duterte na si Nicholas Kaufman, no? Na ang kanyang ibinabalita po sa media ngayon dapat raw na itong si former President Duterte ay makakabalik na sa Pilipinas as soon as possible. Okay? Kasi po illegal po ang kanyang pagka-aresto at gagawin yan ni Nicholas Kaufman ang lahat patungkol dito. Ayan, that's a good news. Okay? Mamaya pag-usapan din natin yan. Heto, binalita rin na itong si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte na may naniniwala raw na may nagtraidor kay former President Duterte bago ito maaresto doon sa NAIA. Ang tanong dito, sino ang nagtraidor? Okay, mamaya. Kasi po, sa tingin ko itong pagpaniwala po ng media, medyo mali-mali Okay, na may nagtraidor. Mali-mali. Patunayan ko sa inyo mamaya sino yung nagtraidor kay Duterte. Okay, pag-usapan natin yan. At last but not the least, ipapakita ko sa inyo itong video ni dating spokesperson Harry Roque po. May good news po si Attorney Harry Roque na tungkol po dito sa kanyang asylum sa Netherlands. Okay? So, yan po ang mga pag-uusapan natin. Pero bago ang lahat, bago natin ito pag-uusapan, help me po muna na i-like at saka i-share itong ating video para naman guys kakalat ito sa taong bayan. Okay? At magising-gising ang mga bangag. Okay, sabay-sabay muna tayong mag-like and share sa video na ito. 1, 2, 3, go! Ayan, naka-like and share na ba lahat? And also guys, kung bago ka pa lang dito sa aking channel, sa Don Mar TV, mag-subscribe na po kayo para lagi kayong updated sa ating mga balita. Marami tayong balita dito araw-araw, everyday yan. Sobrang dami. So kung gusto mo nang ma-update ang sarili mo, no? At gusto mong ma-notify ang inyong mga cellphones kung meron tayo breaking news, bagong uploads, o kung nagla-live man si Don Mar TV, no? Importante po na mag-subscribe po kayo. Okay? Sabay-sabay tayong mag-subscribe sa Don Mar TV. 1, 2, 3, go! Ayan. Nakasubscribe ba lahat? Okay, so simulan na natin kaagad. Ito, panoorin natin itong good news ni Nicholas Kaufman, itong legal counsel ni Duterte. Ito pakita natin. Play.
Good afternoon, Philippines. I hope to have some announcements today regarding the composition of the defense team. Obviously, everything that I do is subject to approval by Her Excellency, the Vice President. She has a very important role in this case. She herself is a lawyer. She fully understands the state of the game here in The Hague. And obviously, I'm consulting her on everything that I do.
So who will be forming the defense team?
I'm afraid you're going to just have to wait and find out.
Oh, I thought you were going to announce it.
Lots of suspense, but be patient.
It is said that she will not announce only the head of the legal team, but not to preserve the privacy of the rest of the
That
team.
might be the case, but whatever I do is always subject to the approval of my client.
All right, but just to clarify, that it's within the day. We expect this within
I
the day.
expected by the end of the week that we'll have some names, yes.
All right.
But will there be Filipinos?
I'm always working with Filipinos, and I anticipate that there will be Filipinos in due course as well. I'm here to constitute primarily the international side of the team, former President Duterte.
So are we tapping the services also of the Office of the Legal Counsel?
No, there's no need for that.
No need, so it's...
No, I mean, even if this was a legally aided case or a privately funded case, there's no need for the OPCD. I think that's the unit that you're referring to.
That's right.
They're a very important unit at this court, but they provide logistic assistance, administrative assistance, but they don't provide substantive assistance to any team at the court, whether it be legally aided or privately funded.
Okay, so that will be limited to 3 councils only, and then a case manager and investigator.
That depends on what type of case and what type of funding we're using at the end of the day. What I can say that there are many, many supporters who I'm sure would gladly give out of their own pockets to ensure that the former president will return to the Philippines as soon as possible.
The vice president was saying a while ago that they will do all means to be able to bring the president back to the Philippines after elections or prior to the elections.
Why not? That's his country.
What would be
That
the
was where he was
legal-
born. Why should he
Oh,
not?
di ba? So, malakas ang kanyang stand na si Duterte ay dapat maibalik doon sa bansang Pilipinas. That's his country. Di ba? So, tinatanong kasi siya na yung anak na si VP Sara, yun ba raw yung tinatrabaho na mapabalik si Tatay Digong sa bansang Pilipinas? Sabi niya, why not? It's his country. And he is working on that. Na as soon as possible, si Tatay Digong po, gusto niya makauwi sa bansang Pilipinas. At sana naman, malapit na yung birthday ng ating former President Duterte. Sana, before sa kanyang birthday, 80th birthday niya yan, ha? Sana mabalik yan sa Pilipinas.
Go back.
So,
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's being illegally detained here and he should go back.
He has been illegally detained here. So meaning to say, may knowledge of course, ang legal counsel na si Nicholas Kaufman, alam niya na illegal po yung pag-aresto ni Tatay Digong sa ginawa nila dyan ni Torre. Alam niya yan. Huh? So yun ang tinatrabaho niya. Gusto niyang ipaalam sa ICC na there is really something wrong sa procedure ng pag-aresto. And this is illegally na ginagawa. So dapat ibalik kaagad itong si Tatay Digong sa bansang Pilipinas.
Back to the Philippines as soon as possible.
so that will be a route to be able to bring him back. You will be filing petitions
Of course.
or appeals to bring him back to the
Well, I
Philippines.
think you're
prior
trying to
the
draw me
election.
on the chronology on when I'm intending on introducing an application for interim release. Interim release is part of the course of this institution. In nearly every case, an application for interim release is submitted. I'll file it when I feel it appropriate.
When you said that supporters are willing also to help out of their pockets, did people reach out to you also about it?
I was making a general observation.
Okay. All right.
But nobody has committed yet.
You're trying to draw me once again. No. People love the former president, and I'm sure that they would pay out of their own pockets in order to ensure that he has.
Kasi po, yung mga kababayan natin dyan sa Netherlands, mga OFWs, mga Pilipino dyan, pati nga mga foreigners, naaawa sila kay Tatay Digong. Alam naman nila si Tatay Digong ay hindi corrupt na pagka-presidente. Kaya ang natira na lang ni Presidente Duterte is yung kanyang pension. Yun nga, ipapaliwanag yan mamaya ni Atty. Harry Roque. Duterte receives 300,000 a month. Kung akala nyo malaki yan, hindi. Kasi i-divide pa yan, yung pera na yan, kasi dalawa po ang naging asawa ni Tatay Digong. Dalawa po ang pamilya. Hiwalay naman sila sa first na wife. No? So, dalawa yan. Tapos, marami pang mga bayarin dyan sa kanila. So, maliit lang yan for a politician. Hindi ito kagaya ng ibang mga politician dyan, si Tatay, yung mga kalaban ni Tatay Digong, na millions of millions ang naibulsa. Billions nga pala Hindi na millions ang pinag-usapan ngayon. Billions of billions yung naibulsa nila sa mga corruption. Marami dyan. Pero, hindi natin yan, hindi tayo makakuha ng ebidensya dyan sa corruption na yan because ang pinakamahirap imbestigahan ay itong corruption. Sa totoo lang. Ang hirap yan patunayan na ang isang tao ay corrupt. Pero obvious yan Ang isang tao, obvious na nagko-corrupt. Pero pagdating sa korte, pinakamahirap yan i-prove. Kasi, sino ba namang corrupt na tao na ibulatlat niya yung mga ebidensya niya dyan? Di ba? Tatago niya yan. Kaya sabi niya, Duterte is loved by most of the Filipino people. Kaya, si Duterte, if wala ng pera, kung mayroong mga basic needs dyan sa Netherlands, kusang loob na yan. Tutulong yan ang mga Pilipino dyan. Tutulungan si Tatay Digong. Yan ang bayanihan. Yan ang tunay na bayanihan. Diba? Ang Pilipino talaga, yan talaga ang ugali ng mga Pilipino. Pero, buti pa ang mga Pilipino sa Netherlands, meron silang ganyan na mga ugali. Dito sa Pilipinas, buwaya ng dito buwaya na ang mga Pilipino dito. Corrupt na corrupt.
the proper defense.
Is this the first time you've encountered the president also? This particular case only?
In this particular case, this is the first time, but I'm experienced here at the ICC and I'm frequently asked to help people who are brought before this institution.
All right. How was he yesterday?
He's in good spirits, I've told you that right from the start.
Sir, we are OFW versus Filipino working. Can we do crowdfunding?
I'm not going to comment on funding.
Nothing.
All right.
Sir, you mentioned that as far as you're concerned, the former president is legally detained. So that's your
Illegally detained, not legally detained.
illegally. Yeah.
Yes?
So you and the president were already able to tackle,
So, yun po ha, sabi niya na illegally detained po ang sitwasyon ni Tatay Digong. So, he's working on it. I hope na makabalik kaagad ASAP si Tatay Digong sa Pilipinas. Okay?
Ito na nga mga kabalita. Ano na ang masasabi nyo patungkol sa balitang ito? Please comment down below mga kabalita. Pag-usapan natin yan sa comment section. At kung di ka pa nakasubscribe sa ating channel, baka naman